I want to talk about passion today, my passion. I have an affection towards clothing. And the reason is I have seen in my life and in my career that when I'm wearing something which is looking really nice on me, when I look beautiful, when I feel powerful, then the next step that I'm going to take, if I'm going to enter into that conference room and I see all the heads turning at me, I feel wonderful, powerful. And the next presentation that I'm going to give, I'm going to nail it. That happens everywhere, guys, right? I mean, when we feel beautiful, when we feel powerful from inside, when we are in our own superpower, when we own our superpower, when we are confident in our skin, when we are one with our inner self, then you we step into our superpower, and the next step that we're going to take is going to create ripple effect, and which is what the messaging of our brand string code is as well. That's what we inspire women to do. And we have a charity called It's Okay movement, where we tell people that it's okay to feel depressed. It's okay to not be perfect. We talk about body shaming. You just need to be your own self, confident in your skin, to be able to nail everything that comes your way. Back to my story. As you can see, I'm very passionate about my brand. And I took the first step because I saw a need in the market. I saw a market gap, and I started working on the product. I deployed a team in India. So I owned a sampling unit in India. I had two tailors, I had a cutter, I had a pattern maker, I had a whole team. Then there was this overhead. We were incurring all the overhead for the facility, material cost, all the outside embroidery, and whatever we are doing from outside artisans, the cost involved with that, and miscellaneous all the other expenses. And I hired an agent, so I was paying retainer to my agent $5,000, and then all the digital marketing, ad, and all the expenses, and everything put together. We launched our collection in the market, and the collection failed. This is a dress from that collection, guys. Look at how beautiful this is. This is exquisite fabric, silk. This is heritage embroidery. This is dori work. It's made by hand, and we have the inspiration for this embroidery comes by the unique carvings on Taj Mahal. So you see, the carving on marble. This is the inspiration for this embroidery, and amazing fabric, handwork. It's so beautiful. We had a trunk show at my friend's place, and people went berserk. They just loved the collection, and I sold off some sizes completely. So coming back to this, why do you think it failed? If I have a beautiful product, it's I'm bringing it out to the market, I'm rolling it out, everything, I've dotted all my I's, I've crossed all my T's, but it still fails, right? There was a product market fit. It filled a gap in the market. There was modern design blended with rich heritage. So and that's what the story is, guys. That despite achieving what feels like a product market fit, my brand failed, my collection failed. I'm sorry. Yeah, this was old brand also, because I rebranded. It was three earlier, and now it's string code. So this collection represents over a year of hard work. And do you know what I was talking about, all the expenses which I incurred? $250,000 in losses, right? And the amount of time I lost a year, I lost all that money. So the truth is that even when you think that you have done everything right, there are so many moving pieces to building a business, to building a successful business. It's like constructing a tower, right? You need a solid foundation of market research and financial planning. Then you carefully lay brick by brick your product development, manufacturing, branding, marketing, distribution channels. Each piece needs to be perfectly positioned. And think about what happens if one piece moves. If one piece is not positioned right, it's unstable, it's missing, the entire tower comes crumbling down, right? All your hard work, all your money, all the time wasted, everything. So the price of what you don't know is too high. There was a recently there was an interview, and Forbes asked me that what is the number one mistake which I did in my entrepreneurial journey, which if I had to go back in time and correct it, what would that be? And I said that it's not getting a mentor, it's not getting any guidance. So I created, my first business, second business. I failed. I kept on moving. I learned by failure. I learned by countless hours of sulking, of getting further and further away from my revenue goals, of, losing morale. I learned by all this. So when you employ mistakes as your teacher, the cost incurred is too high, is way too high. You lose money, you lose time to market. And one of the most important pieces, you lose your morale and you think that you're not cut out for that, right? You think that you don't have it in you and you give up. You give up because of, thinking that you may not be a good fit for entrepreneurship, or you give up because by the time you are, that maybe you're close to finish line, but then you ran out of all your resources and your morale, I mean, you just don't want to go forward. So what I want to tell you is that it's not worth that investment. It's not worth that investment if you hire teacher failure as your teacher, because you'll have to pay one way or the other. Either pay for the mentor, for the teacher, and you expedite your time to market, launch confidently, or you learn by mistake and you prolong your time and all the other costs associated with that. So don't pay tuition the hard way that I did, right? Invest in guidance upfront to minimize risk and to maximize profit. So that is my takeaway from my past couple of years, which I wanted to share with you. I hope this was helpful.